What makes a sidekick truly great? Is it their loyalty, their humour, their ability to complement the hero while standing out on their own? Think of some of the best sidekicks in movie history. Samwise Gamgee from The Lord of the Rings, the heart and soul who carries Frodo, sometimes literally, on his journey, Chewbacca from Star Wars, the fiercely loyal Wookiee who always has Han Solo's back, or even Donkey from Shrek, whose comedic charm brings levity to the ogre's brooding personality. Sidekicks are often there to support the hero, provide comic relief, or offer a perspective the protagonist might miss. But what happens when the sidekick takes centre stage? That's what makes Big Trouble in Little China so unique. Jack Burton, played by Kurt Russell, is presented as the lead protagonist, but the movie cleverly positions him as the ultimate sidekick, a clueless, brash yet lovable foil to the true hero Wang Chi. In this video, we'll explore why Jack Burton is not only one of the best sidekicks in movie history, but also a masterful subversion of traditional hero archetypes. Okay, first things first, how do we define the role of a sidekick? A sidekick is often defined by three key traits. First, they play a supportive role. Their purpose is to help the hero achieve their goals, often stepping in during critical moments. Take Samwise from Lord of the Rings. While Frodo carries the One Ring, it's Sam who provides emotional strength, loyalty, and even physical aid, carrying Frodo himself up Mount Doom when Frodo could no longer continue. Without Sam, Frodo's quest would fail. Second, sidekicks often provide comic relief. Donkey from Shrek is a great example. His humour offsets Shrek's gruff and serious personality, bringing balance to the film's tone. Jack Burton mirrors this perfectly in Big Trouble in Little China, where his exaggerated bravado and constant blunders keep the audience laughing, even in the midst of supernatural chaos.
Safety!
Finally, a sidekick contrasts with the hero. Dr. Watson, for instance, makes Sherlock Holmes' brilliance shine brighter by being the everyman.
You do seem
Excited.
manic.
I am.
Verging on
Ecstatic.
psychotic.
Similarly, Jack's chaotic, clueless nature contrasts sharply with Wang Chi's calm and capable demeanour. This contrast elevates Wang as the true hero while keeping Jack entertaining as his comedic foil. From the very beginning, Big Trouble in Little China sets up Jack Burton as the traditional action hero. The opening scene aboard his truck, the Pork Chop Express, is classic action-star bravado. Jack delivers a monologue full of swagger.
Honey, I never drive faster than I can see. Besides that, it's all in the reflexes.
It's over the top and self-assured, perfectly setting up Jack as the larger-than-life hero we expect. Jack's personality matches this introduction. He's brimming with confidence, strutting into Chinatown with all the bravado of a John Wayne-type action star. He assumes he's the smartest, toughest guy in the room, but as we'll see, his confidence far outpaces his abilities. This setup isn't just in the film itself, it's in the marketing. Kurt Russell was a bankable star, and the trailers and posters position Jack as the centerpiece of the story. Jack is front and center, wielding guns and knives, ready to take on the world. But here's the twist. From the very beginning, there are subtle hints that Jack isn't the hero he thinks he is. His bravado feels just a little too theatrical, and his reflexes, a key point early in the film, come across more as luck than skill.
It's all in the reflexes.
It always works at home.
Yeah, well,
These clues set us up for the big reveal. Jack isn't the hero, he's the sidekick.
son of a bitch must pay.
While Jack spends the movie blustering, it's Wang Chi who drives the plot. His fiancée Miao Yin is kidnapped, and it's his determination to rescue her that propels the story forward. Jack tags along, but he's not the one with something at stake. Wang is. Wang's skills and knowledge make him the real protagonist. He's a skilled martial artist and deeply familiar with the supernatural forces they go up against. When the storms arrive, it's Wang who leaps into action while Jack fumbles with his weapon. In scene after scene, Wang takes the lead. During the infiltration of Lo Pan's lair, Wang formulates the plan. In the final battle, he's the one fighting Lo Pan's warriors head-on. Jack may throw the knife that kills Lo Pan, but it's Wang's consistency and bravery that carry the day. Jack's incompetence as a hero is a running joke throughout the film. One of the most iconic examples is during the wedding scene. Jack makes a dramatic entrance, firing his gun in the air, only to have debris from the ceiling knock him unconscious. Jack's overconfidence often leads to hilarious blunders. He charges into battles shouting threats, only to trip over himself or find his gun misfiring. These moments serve to highlight how out of depth he is, reinforcing his role as comic relief. At the same time, Wang repeatedly saves the day, whether it's fighting off the storms, navigating the supernatural elements of Lo Pan's lair, or taking down henchmen. Wang's heroism shines against Jack's bumbling antics. Jack represents the outsider, the person who knows nothing about Chinese mysticism and is thrust into a world he doesn't understand. His confusion mirrors our own, making him relatable despite his arrogance. When Jack stares blankly at the storms or questions Wang about Lo Pan's powers, he's asking the questions we would ask. His cluelessness serves as a bridge, allowing the audience to experience the story through his eyes. And by positioning Jack as the outsider, the film makes Wang's expertise and heroism even more impressive. Jack's failures amplify Wang's victories, ensuring the audience sees Wang as the true protagonist.
Things look stupid.
He does.
In the 1980s, action films were dominated by white, hypermasculine heroes like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Big Trouble in Little China subverts this by making Wang Chi the real hero, with Jack Burton as the bumbling sidekick. This cultural subversion is intentional. By giving an Asian character the central role, the film breaks away from Hollywood norms of the time, offering representation in a way that feels natural and authentic. Meanwhile, Jack's role as a parody of the typical action hero pokes fun at the genre's conventions. Jack Burton is a fascinating character because he exists at the intersection of parody, charm, and action. To understand why he's so unique, it's helpful to compare him to other movie characters who either share elements of his personality or play with similar tropes. Ash, played by Bruce Campbell, is a great comparison. Like Jack, Ash is brash, arrogant, and full of one-liners, yet constantly finds himself in over his head. Both characters thrive on their charm and comedic mishaps, but there's a key difference. Ash often rises to the occasion, becoming a genuine hero despite his flaws. Jack, on the other hand, never truly grows into a hero. His psychic status remains intact, which keeps his arc hilariously static. Han Solo might seem like a traditional hero, but he has many sidekick qualities, particularly in the original trilogy. Much like Jack, Han is overconfident and often finds himself relying on others, whether it's Luke, Leia, or Chewbacca, to achieve success. However, Han's character undergoes significant development, transforming from a reluctant ally into a leader. Jack doesn't experience this kind of growth, but the comedic contrast between his self-perception and his actual contribution is what makes him stand out. Guy Fleegman, played by Sam Rockwell, is another hilarious counterpart to Jack. In Galaxy Quest, Guy starts as the bumbling comic relief, a red shirt character who's terrified he'll die at any moment. Like Jack, Guy fumbles his way through danger, but manages to survive due to sheer luck and the competence of the people around him. Both characters play with the trope of the self-assured action hero, except Guy knows he's unqualified, while Jack is completely oblivious. Peter Quill shares Jack's swagger, overconfidence, and penchant for blundering into situations. However, Quill's charm and leadership qualities eventually emerge, proving he can carry the weight of being a hero. Jack, in contrast, remains firmly in the realm of comedic support, never quite crossing into true hero territory. Inspector Clouseau, played by Peter Sellers, might be the closest parallel to Jack Burton in terms of tone. Both characters are unaware of their own incompetence and stumble through situations with an absurd level of confidence. However, their lack of skill often leads to accidental success, creating moments of hilarity that endear them to the audience. The key difference is that Clouseau's comedic incompetence defines his entire arc, while Jack has moments, however brief, where he brushes against heroism. What sets Jack apart is how Big Trouble in Little China uses him to subvert expectations. Characters like Ash, Han Solo, or Star-Lord eventually step into the role of the hero, gaining the competence of leadership skills necessary to save the day. Jack, however, never really does. He's the same person at the end of the movie as he was at the start. Brash, bumbling, and hilariously oblivious. This lack of a traditional hero's journey reinforces his psychic status and solidifies his place as a unique character in cinema. Jack Burton is the perfect sidekick. His charisma, humour, and over-the-top bravado make him endlessly entertaining. But it's his flaws and failures that truly define him. By positioning Jack as the sidekick who thinks he's the hero, Big Trouble in Little China subverts traditional action movie tropes, creating a film that's as clever as it is fun.
We really shook the pillars of heaven, didn't we, Wang?
What do you think? Is Jack Burton the greatest sidekick disguised as a hero? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into cinematic classics. And remember, folks, it's all in the reflexes.